Welcome back, everybody, to the Late Night Chat Network. I'm your host, Nico, and today I will be unboxing the Kickstarter exclusive classic Spawn figure, which I'm very much looking forward to. I came in just about over a week ago now, and I've had it sitting here in the box looking for the opportunity to do this video. So I'm very excited to open that up and show it off for you guys. And they made 3 different versions of the Spawn figure for this Kickstarter campaign. Probably one of the largest Kickstarter campaigns ever, millions and millions of dollars that was that helped fund this figure being made from McFarlane Toys, of course, Todd McFarlane. If it's not the biggest Kickstarter ever, it's for sure probably the biggest, I think, in the actual toy department on Kickstarter, for sure. It's got to be. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. If this is your first time checking out the channel, though, I don't normally do many unboxing videos for toys and things like that, but if you like what you saw here today, you want to see more videos similar to this one, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to doing more things like this. There's a lot of comic content on the channel and also trading card content, stuff like for hobbies of mine and some of my fellow co-hosts here on the Late Night Chat Network, things that we're really into. And of course, we got the weekly Late Night Chat show, that comes out weekly. We just had episode 115 very recently this past week. Of that, so we've been chugging along and been coming out with those weekly for the last almost 3 years now. So definitely check out some of the other content that we have to offer here on the Late Night Chat Network YouTube channel. All kinds of different shows, all kinds of different interests that we have, me and my fellow co-hosts here on the Late Night Chat Network. And if you like what you saw here today, please give me a thumbs up for this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this and all the other things that we have to offer here. Okay, without further ado, though, let's get into this. Here's the box here, the Kickstarter exclusive box for the Spawn Classic figure. Oh, look at this. Gotta say, I'm really impressed with the packaging. So it came in a second box inside of the bigger box, and it actually came with like these plastic corners on each side of the box as well. So yeah, good job on the packaging. I gotta say, just a little touch like that, having it secured like that inside the box. No damages on the box. I guess if you did want to resell the figure in box still, you definitely can. So if you guys have seen the videos for this Kickstarter campaign or have seen some other videos that probably got their figures before me, then you kind of know what you're in for with this release a little bit already. The only thing I saw was like prototype videos when they actually started the Kickstarter campaign. So this is going to be my first time taking a look at this in person. Okay, and then they got it wrapped up in nice paper like this. All right, there you go. There is the box that it's come in. Okay. Very nice. Nice presentation there. Now the cool thing that I really, before I open this up, the note about this that Todd McFarlane went over, you see, it's kind of like a Beats by Dre box. It's actually probably the same design. Like it actually, I have bought Beats headphones before, and the box is very similar, even to the way that it seals up. And then look at this; it even looks like it's like a headphone there. Now, I don't know if that's on purpose or what the deal is there. I don't know if he just bought a bunch of Beats boxes and just repurposed them, because they do look very similar compared to the Beats headphones boxes. But maybe that's where he just got the idea and somewhat ripped them off. At least that's what it looks like to me, because that definitely does look like a symbol of some Spawn headphones there. But yeah, so before I open this up, though, I gotta say, when Todd McFarlane made the video for his Kickstarter campaign and he showed off the fact that this figure was coming out, one of the really cool things about this figure, and I'm not the hugest Spawn fan in the term as I'm wearing a shirt and showing off the figure. I meant like in terms of reading the comics. Of course, back in the day I read it. I haven't kept up with the comic in years, but I like the design of this character. I've always liked the McFarlane toy brand. I think they've come out with some great toys over the years. So of course I was going to support this Kickstarter. It took just maybe over a year probably for it to make its way to me, maybe a little less than a year actually. I know he was a little off in terms of his projection obviously due to a lot of shipping issues and stuff during the pandemic. A lot of people seem to be upset online for whatever reason. I mean, at that point, I didn't really care as long as I got my hands on the figure eventually one day. So I felt it was a successful Kickstarter. There was all these extras that he added on to the figure. And the coolest thing, too, was that the box, for somebody like me who likes to take a lot of his figures out of the box, I know like that drives the value down, and for a lot of toy collectors that's a big deal breaker, but for me personally, I usually take mine out of the box. So the cool thing about this Spawn thing, which I'll show off here in a minute, is the fact that you could keep it in the box, reopen like the box, take the figure out, and then put it back in, and it'll still have the same type of seal that it always came with. So you can actually display it in box or outside of box. Now for somebody like me, who, like I said, that's always kind of trying to figure out what to do with his figures, his collectible figures, whether or not I'm going to keep in the box or not, I thought that was really, really smart and clever of him to have it, because you can showcase it like this, but if you ever want to take the thing out and display it and then throw it back in, I mean, again, and we'll get into it here right now. I'm going to give you guys a close bird's eye view, kind of a closer look here as I go into the figure now for you guys. All right, so once again, here's the box of the Spawn figure. Really cool writing on the side of the box. I really dig that. Great, like, kind of shine to it. Box is secure. Nice quality box. It has the date of the Spawn there, 1994 to 2021, from the time it was came out. And like I said, it's got that kind of weird Beats by Dre kind of headphone type Spawn thing at the top here. Very similar to the Beats box. But yeah, really, really like it. Dig it. Just kind of like matte black. No really big shine except for like the Spawn where that shows. And so we'll just open this up here. Keep that. Yeah, see? He must have repurposed the Beats by Dre or just copied the design, because look, even has, I've had Beats headphones, again, I mentioned this earlier, it even has the same kind of pull tab that the Beats headphones do. Maybe he got them to make the case for this? I don't know, I'm not really sure, but very much the Beats headphones type box. Alright, you pull on the tab, pops open. Let's see what we got here. Okay, got a certificate of authenticity that comes with this. Has the date, Todd McFarlane's name on it. You know, basically saying, you know, thanks for participating in the first Kickstarter. Apparently there's going to be more to come, like, because this Kickstarter was so successful. It could be the future of the big exclusive toys from McFarlane. And then we got the Spawn Masterworks page. It says, as an artist and a creator, I have worked to evolve my creations to the highest artistic level achievable. For this first Spawn Kickstarter figure, I wanted to go back to the original Spawn action figure I debuted in 1994. It's an upgraded tribute figure celebrating the beginning of McFarlane Toys in 1994 that has been remastered and modernized using skill sets, details, and technology I've learned over the past 26 years. And because of the outpour of support from more than 23,000 backers, the Spawn Kickstarter figure earned over $3.4 million and set 2 Kickstarter records. Okay, so just as I was talking about previously, about them setting records and raising millions of dollars, there you go. You know, Spawn, you know, is still a big deal today to a lot of fans that grew up with him through the 90s, probably a lot of people my age. You know, I don't know about many people that are in their teens now or early 20s that are probably as into this as probably the people back from the 90s when Spawn was a big thing, right? I know they're trying to work on a movie currently. And, you know, Todd McFarlane is always one to boast and show off and kind of, you know, flaunt his achievements, which are many. Yeah, you know, kind of tells you what it is here in this Spawn kind of sheet as soon as you open up the book here, and it actually goes over all of like the stats of the figure. Actually lets you know what the original 1994 Spawn action figure, what were some of the things that it was made out of, how the articulation was, what items that it come with. And then it gives you the comparison to the remaster 2021 Spawn figure, which we're showing off here today. You know, for instance, this is a 7-inch figure. It was 5.5 inches, the original 94 Spawn. And then it just has way more stuff included in it. Like, it goes into all the weapons that this version comes with, which original only had board with nails. This has like a tactical assault rifle, grenade launcher, sword, necroplasm, necro knife. You know, chains, they were made of plastic. Now they're made of steel, apparently. They're just trying to say that this is a better quality figure overall and has, you know, they threw in everything for this version compared to the original, obviously, humble beginnings of McFarlane Toys, right? All the accessories comes with Todd's signature on some. Some of these are asterisks because I think that only depending on which level of how much you donated to the Kickstarter, you would get like some of these things, extra things included in it. I got a pretty basic classic Spawn figure, so I'm not going to probably have a lot of these things, I would think. But it also comes with the reprint of the comic book, I guess, that came with the figure as well at that time, which he did a new cover for, which is really cool. So yeah, let's get into it here. Enough of this. But that's a nice little spec sheet there that it comes with. And there we go. There we have it. So now this original figure, I never actually owned this back in the day, the original one. And if you look at it now in comparison, yeah, it is a cheaper made figure, but, you know, it sold tons. Oh, so it's in a foam block here. You know, it's a little tight, so I'm going to try to squeeze it out right now. Okay. So that's a little tight. There's the box now, the empty box that it came in. But as you can see, you can kind of just tuck this back in here. And you got the box now. You can keep that put aside. Okay, there we go. So there is the Spawn action figure. Comes with, like I said, this foam block around it. Keeps the weapons at the top in for you. You got the Necro sword right there. That's pretty awesome. And you got the Necroplasm. Okay, I guess he can put that in his hand. And the knife. Pretty cool. And then you got another a head that you can throw on him. An alternate head for the Spawn figure. That's very cool. Screaming Spawn. The other one's got him with the mask. This is an unmasked version of him. I'm probably going to keep the mask on just because I'm a bigger fan of his look with the mask. But that's pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, so that's just a foam block. I don't think there's anything else in this. No, it looks like that's about it. But yeah, it keeps your, honestly, very protected figure, gotta say. And here is the Spawn action figure right here. Flying cape has swing open action. Yep, I saw that. They showed that off on the Kickstarter campaign videos. Record-breaking comic, Spawn posable action figure. And then you can see the cover there in the back in the plastic. A new cover that he did for Spawn #1. I guess that originally came with this figure. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Looks awesome. Okay, so as you can see, the plastic kind of backing here easily pop open. It's meant to pop open and reseal, kind of like a, you know, a Tupperware type container or something of that sort. Okay, so that's meant to happen like that. And then we'll just wiggle this loose here. So we can put this plastic container back in the box afterwards and save it for to show off if I did want to keep the figure in the container. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it out. Let's take a look at the comic book first. All right. So this is the Spawn #1 reprint, I guess, of the comic that came with the figure back in the day as well, with a brand new cover from what Todd was saying in the promotion for this. And it comes with like a like a nice plastic kind of sleeve type container that you can put it in and slide it in and out easily. Again, everything's sealed, but you could take anything out, look at it, and then put it back in the in the same original presentation that it had. So it's for resale, even for people that are selling these products that are kind of into the game of like flipping stuff after they've purchased it, or somewhere down the road. If you do want to move this, get rid of it for whatever reason, you have the opportunity to, and keep it in the same condition as long as you're careful with this stuff after you take it out of the package. So I got to say that's really cool. All right, so you got a spawn number, but I don't personally do that, but yeah, this is, I mean, I'm gonna be holding on to this figure, but you never know. So spawn number 1 here. Okay, this is even says special Kickstarter edition, director's cut, questions part 1, story pencils and inks by Todd McFarlane. And I believe this is probably just recreating the original comic that came in it. You get a lot of the black and white scans, the original pencils and inks of the Spawn comic in here. Gives you, director's cut, so it's a panel breakdown, kind of giving you what he wrote for the scenes as he was writing and drawing this. Really cool. As a fan of Spawn, someone would appreciate this, for sure. I like seeing just the raw scans of the inks and pencils. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. And this is why I like the character. Todd's art during this time. This is a really cool aesthetic. Very cool. Look at that. Todd McFarlane Spawn, coming in May 92 from Image Comics and Malibu Comics. So yeah, if it came out in 92 like they had planned originally, maybe the 94 was to mention the how long the action figure company has been going, because this is a recreation, as it said, 94 to 2021 on the box. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, that's the comic that comes with the Kickstarter Spawn figure. I'm just going to put that back. As you can see, you can put it back in this container now. I mean, if I ever see him at a show again, which is, where I bought my shirt, although I didn't meet him, but he was at the show when I went. Somewhere in the future, if I ever see him, I'll probably get him to sign this one for me. That'll be really cool. Yeah, there you go. Really cool. All right, let's take the figure out of the box, though. Okay. Okay, so you got the plastic container that the figure came in here. All right, now he should easily come off, I'm hoping. Okay, so you can find the part here. It's not taped down, but it's tight again. Oh yeah, no, there is some tape. Okay, this is going to take a moment, guys. Might have to slice this up a little bit. Just give me a minute here. Okay, so there's kind of like a Scotch tape. It's like a cheap thin tape. That's kind of what you'd usually see on action figures like this. That is unclosing it in. So I guess there is something enclosing it in quite a bit there. So you would be able to tell if something has been resealed up and repackaged. But like I said, I like to open my figures and show them off, guys. And you can also do that in the box, just showing it from the box view. But I would like to see this bad boy here. And I'd also like to show it off for the video here, of course. So yeah, let's take a look at this bad boy. So first off, the cape, really awesome. It's kind of like a hard plastic, and as kind of I saw in the Kickstarter video when Todd was promoting this, it has the ability to actually, like, it has it articulated, kind of like you can have it at any angle. Like it actually has like little bolts in it that make it so you can keep it in this position, you can open it up to that position, you can kind of fold it back, so you can really articulate the cape, which is one of the coolest parts about Spawn and this figure, quite frankly, because the cape's huge and it's a 7-inch figure compared to the old 5.5-inch figure, as they mentioned. So that's really, really awesome, guys. And then you got the chains here, which originally were plastic. Yeah, and it does feel like some sort of metal. Like you can actually hear them clanging around. Really cool. Gotta say, so far I'm very pleased with this, guys. I'm really enjoying the look of this figure. It's really nice quality. I mean, even for McFarlane Toys, I think a lot of the figures they've been bringing out, you know, as of recently, are a smaller scale and maybe not as good quality. I mean, they're always good quality figures, but like not on this scale. So like the price that you ended up paying for this Kickstarter, it does really seem well worth it if the money really went into the figure for the presentation and everything. I mean, to be honest with you, when it was Canadian conversion, I paid about $100 for this figure because, you know, with shipping and the conversion and everything else, I know it was a little cheaper for people in the States, and they may have had the opportunity to grab all 3 different versions of the figures that came out. But yeah, I just grabbed the classic one because I just really wanted this classic looking Spawn. All right, so let's see what it comes with here. Well, and then you do got these attachments, that little, you know, plasticky kind of rope that they usually put over figures. Just gonna snap that off. These elastic band things that they usually put on stuff. Alright, I'm gonna try to snap these without messing up, scratching the toy. Yes, I'm just taking a knife to it. Some of you guys are probably freaking out. Alright, so comes with a big assault rifle, 4 different interchangeable hands that you can use on the figure. And this is really cool. It's got a little base, a figure base that you can put on it. The cool thing about this too, it even mentions again, you know, Todd McFarlane showing off here, record-setting action figure, as we had to be reminded on the base of it. Spawn 94 to 2021. Awesome, awesome, really cool. All right, let's put this base on the figure here. Okay, so that fits on pretty tight. Sometimes with these bases, when you put them in with the peg hole, it's not that tight, but this one seems pretty secure. He kind of sits on the base. It seems like, at least on the table that I have it on right now, it's not sitting straight, I'm finding. So that's a little problematic. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Just had to bend it around. So yeah, so there you go. Head's on the base, and he's standing. Really cool. I know the views may not be great for you guys here. Again, this is my first unboxing video and showing off a figure, so as time goes on, if I continue to do these, hopefully I get some better, you know, camera work action going on here, guys, so apologies if this is less than professional than what you're used to seeing on some of these other videos. But yeah, there you go. That's really badass looking, I gotta say. I'm loving the figure. Now, let's just put some attachments on him and then show it off. Might have to bust out the sword and the gun combo. Because why not? Okay, now I'm rocking the sword here. That's pretty awesome. Let's put the gun in the other hand. Once again, I don't think this hand's going to work with the gun. Nope. So these ones kind of must be for like the ectoplasm stuff if you want to use that. If you want to use that shooting out of his hands like lightning or something like that, the plasm, you can put that out of it. He also has a knife, right? You can put that in there. But I'm going to just switch up his hand here and put the gun in that. Yeah, so that fits perfectly there. Okay, let's switch this hand up. I mean, even in comparison to other really nice older McFarlane Spawn figures that I've seen that are hard to find nowadays for cheaper on the market, this is a really nice one. This has got to be one of the nicest ones I've seen. Wow. So look at that, guys. Look at that badassery. Spawn in all his glory. All right, let's change up the camera views, and I'll show this off for a little more for you guys before we wrap up. But, you know, just a final few thoughts here on the figure. Really well made, really cool accessories that come with the basic asking price of the Kickstarter. As they raised more and more money, he kept adding stuff in. Great packaging. You can put it back in the package. It comes with an extra comic. I'm really impressed. I gotta say, I mean, this is all I could ever ask for if if I wanted to have one ultimate Spawn figure. If you're a fan of just the look of this character, you've always wanted to have like a really cool Spawn figure, and you were able to get in on the ground floor of this Kickstarter campaign. I can't see why you would be disappointed with this. This is awesome. The cape is one of the coolest things. See, because now I want to put the cape back like that and put this cape here. But, me, I'm going to want to wrap the cape right around him here. Or open it up a little bit. That's awesome. That's so cool looking. Can't wait to put this on the bookshelf. All right, so let's change views here for you guys and take one more final look at this. Okay, so as you can see here, the box. Again, great box. We took the action figure out, so now I've just got the plastic piece that's sitting in there, like the actual casing, with the foam rubber block around it. You can reseal the box up, close it up like this. If you need to reopen it, you got the pull tab ribbon here to pop it open. Okay, so you got that feature of that. One thing I will say, if I had to say a negative thing about it, is when they were promoting the figure, as I mentioned previous to opening it up for you guys and taking a look at it, they did mention you could display it back in here, putting it back in like the plastic and having it displayed in the box to make it look sealed. That is the case. Yes, you could have it displayed in here, but there were a few things that you kind of had to break through to get to the plastic casing to take the figure out, which, makes perfect sense. I guess I can't be upset at that, but the way they kind of promoted it was for people that do want to take the figure out of the box and then put it back in. It seemed like it was going to be a lot easier of a task to kind of get to and actually bring it out. The plastic molding case that you do put in the actual box, it could easily go back on the action figure, but then you're going to have like loose accessory pieces, and possibly you might lose the actual arrangement of everything that it was in the box when you originally took it out. So, I gotta say it's a bit disappointing in that sense, but at the same time, like, what do you expect? Like, you are gonna open up the toy, you do want to take it out. If you're gonna commit to that, you should be committing to actually taking it out of the packaging and not really wanting to put it back anyways. It just seemed like a really cool feature, and it is still a lot better than some, but I that was one of the things that interested me the most about looking at this figure today, because it was something that stuck out to me when he was kind of talking about the packaging and the presentation of the figure in the Kickstarter campaign prior to release. So I did want to mention that. That was probably my only negative comment I would have to say towards this figure, but again, that's not absolutely a deal breaker for me. It's not a huge something that's huge, that's really terrible. It just would have been cool if somehow what he had explained about being able to put it back in, and make it look like it was still packaged for whatever reason, if he kind of just was able to make that work a little bit better. But otherwise, beautiful action figure, awesome accessories, great size, great color, paint job, the articulating cape that you can move, put in any different position, different crazy action poses, full articulation figure, really cool base that it sits on. The size of the figure is great. Yeah, it's got that classic Spawn look and feel. Again, really cool accessories that come with it. You got the bunch of interchangeable hands, an alternate head, okay, Spawn without the mask, ectoplasm type things that you can put shooting out of his hands, the dagger. But yeah, I really like how it is right now. I'm going to definitely probably take a little bit more time once I actually do pose him. But just show it off for you guys one more time here. Really cool looking Spawn figure. I'm very happy with this. If you are a Spawn fan, hardcore fan or not, this is a nice action figure to own. And then, you got the box here, as I mentioned. Okay, so now I can take the slip cover, put that back over this, and then you have a nice box to display beside the figure if you wish. And don't forget, it also came with this recreated comic cover version of the comic that came with the action figure, which like with some behind the scenes stuff on the making of Spawn #1. So yeah, you got all of that included with this Kickstarter campaign. And this is just a classic figure. There's 3 different versions of the action figure that had come out. I got the classic version because this is the one I most wanted. I remember the original figures when they had come out. Never was able to get my hands on one, and I've been chasing these old figures ever since. So for a longtime fan like myself, but not like a hardcore fan, like I haven't read every single issue of the 300 plus series that's been going on right now. I've seen some of the animated series. I've watched the film, but I would never, there's definitely, your mileage may vary for some of the quality of the storytelling that has happened in this series over time, but the look of the character itself, the action figure line that's come out from McFarlane Toys, I've always been a huge fan of, so I'm a pretty satisfied customer with this Kickstarter campaign, and I'm looking forward to what they do next. So this, again, as I mentioned, this was my first toy unboxing review here on the Late Night Chat Network. If you like what you saw, if you would be interested in seeing me do more of these toy reviews, I do collect toys and pops and this kind of thing, but not as much as I probably do comics and some of the other interests that we talk about here on the Late Night Chat Network, some of the other videos that you see, my friends that collect the cards, and even I've started dabbling in trading cards and stuff like that lately. But it is definitely one of my interests. So if there's ever something special that comes along that I feel deserves a video like this to be made, I'll definitely do it. So yeah, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the video, let me know if you check out some of our other videos here on the YouTube channel, if you liked what you saw, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for everybody checking this video out. If this is your first time coming to the channel just to check out this figure, please check out some of our other content, all kinds of different things here on the Late Night Chat Network. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. And definitely I hope you guys got in on the ground floor of this Kickstarter campaign, that Todd McFarlane offered last year pre-pandemic, I believe it was at the time. I hope you're able to take advantage of that. If not, they are selling them on the aftermarket. I'm already seeing them going up, but, there is some people overcharging for them, of course, as it goes, right? So, all right, see you guys next time. Thanks, everybody.